from about there, up as much as I can. It's great.
Watch out, this is leaking down the bottom there, Don.
Oh, we need to weld that up. Right, if I start this end.
Yeah.
You all right there?
Yep.
How's that, Jay? Is it all right?
Perfect. Well done. Nice one.
Perfect. Add that on my CV.
Yeah.
In the repair shop today, life in the fast lane for Steve.
Well, it's working.
Fantastic.
As opposed to the gentle pace of the centuries-old heritage craft of weaving.
That was really hard. Oh, I'm sweating.
Oh, that looks great.
I'm going to have a little lie down now because that was really hard work.
But first, from wicker to wood. Mary Campbell, accompanied by her daughter Yana, is hoping antique furniture expert Will Kirk can restore a piece that holds the memory of a very important lady.
Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Very good.
It's okay?
Yeah, I'm Jay.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
I'm Mary.
Nice to meet you,
And my
Mary.
daughter Yana.
Oh,
And Jay.
That's me.
Nice to meet you, Jay.
I know it's broken, I can see that, but what is it we've got in the box?
Right, it is a Victorian piano stool. It belonged to a very dear friend of mine. I call her my foster mum, Hannah Kuttner.
This is quite beautiful.
It is.
So
yeah.
how come she's give you this?
When I was 14,
Yeah.
my mother had been taken ill. She was bedridden, and I needed just to earn a bit of money because things were tight in the family.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was walking down the high street, past this gown shop called Evenings Gowns, and there was a notice in the window, Saturday girl required. So I went in, and there was Hannah, had the interview, and they said, okay, you've got the job. At that time, my mother had a stroke, so it's my responsibility to look after my mother around the house. And so the only time I had release was school and going to Anna Kuttner's house and working for her.
Okay.
And gradually we became friends.
Did she have any children of her own then? No.
No.
You kind of became a family member
Yeah,
for them.
I
So you're
did.
going from friends to family.
Yeah. And then when my mother died, I remember going to see her, and she was in her bedroom, and she was sitting on this stool, and I said, yeah, my mum's passed away now. And then she was there for me. Yeah. I wish there was more Hannahs in this world. She's seen me through school, through college, when I started to work. When I had boyfriends. I called her I'm her foster daughter. And whenever I went to her house, it'd just be her sitting on that stool, turning around, talking to me. This is Hannah.
Yeah.
This is Hannah.
But how did you get hold of
Well,
this? Is coming to your possession?
Right. One Saturday, I had a phone call and said Hannah's in hospital. And then she never came through. She died in 1995, she died. So she left this for me. I got this doll. So this is my Hannah.
So this stool means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And was it in this condition when you received it? Like
No. No.
So what happened
So
to
what
it?
happened?
Bye.
So what happened was, this stool was in my bedroom.
Yes.
My daughter comes and went, Mummy,
Yeah.
and threw herself across my bed
Right.
with her long legs, and her long legs lift up the stool and...
And that sounds like an accident to me.
It is an accident. I didn't
That sounds
mean
like
to
an
do
accident.
that. I was being a loving daughter. I went in like, Mom, and then it was misplaced.
I just picked up the pieces and put it in the bag.
Okay.
Obviously, I didn't realise how much it meant to her at the time, but like, when she told me, I was like, oh, I really shouldn't have broken that. Sorry.
All right. Okay. let's have a look at the damage.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
look at the damage, yeah.
One broken leg.
Yeah.
One broken foot.
The foot goes on that bit.
That goes on there. Oh, I can see someone's
Yeah.
tried to repair that before.
Yeah.
They usually have on the bottom. So when all the legs are back on, there's usually a sort of plinth that they sit on, and that kind of helps to prevent the legs from breaking and from twisting. You can actually see on the bottom of there, there's these lines going across there. So someone's probably just hacked it off the bottom, yeah. Well, it's my job to give this piece of history a future.
Yes.
I'll do it
That'd
for
be
you.
lovely.
And to remember.
Yeah, Hannah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming down.
Thank you. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming down.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I'm just relieved now that it's going to be repaired. I can see her sitting on it. Yeah, I can just see it now. I see her.
Oh, that's cute.
So I'm just having a better look at Mary's piano stool. It seems that someone has performed some previous surgery by putting these metal pins in here. In theory, it would have worked, but with the amount of glue and wood-to-wood surface contact, that is why it's failed, basically. I'm going to try to excavate the pins because I think they're going to be more of a hindrance than a help. I'm going to add a plinth on the bottom to ensure that it has the extra strength. And finally, this finish looks really dull. I'm going to clean it back, give it a polish, wax and a buff, because I really want to have this looking beautiful once again as a fitting tribute to Mary's friend Hannah.
The next item to arrive also represents a special relationship. Simon Warren Smith is hoping Steve Fletcher's knowledge of dials, numbers and needles will be enough to resurrect a very unusual object that's been broken for over 30 years.
Hello. Hello. Hi.
How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
I'm Jay.
Hello, Jay. Simon.
Simon.
Hello, Steve.
Hi, Simon.
So what have we got in the box?
We've got the speedometer from my 1927 Lagonda.
What's a Lagonda then?
A Lagonda is actually a really prestigious English make of motor car. They were as famous as Bentley at one stage.
You haven't bought a car?
I'd like to bring the car.
All right, I'll let you off. Let's have a look. Oh, well, Steve. So tell us about it.
Well, it's actually a very unusual speedometer. It doesn't use electromagnetism. It's actually more like a clock. That's why I thought of you, Steve.
Okay.
I'm a chartered engineer, and I've sort of worked on all the bits of the car that since I've owned it. I've owned it for 43 years, and I've tried to do everything myself, but this horology is beyond me.
Have you always been interested in mechanical things then?
As a small child, I loved taking things apart, working out how they work, and then hopefully putting them back together again.
Familiar?
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah, absolutely. My father loved the fact that I was interested in that sort of thing, and so that led to us buying the Lagonda in 1976. It was my first car. I was 17. We bought it together, and then unfortunately my father died early, and so I own the complete car now. So it's got a very special emotional bond for me.
And when you were working on it with your father, are they fond memories that you have?
Really fond. It's more than a car to me. It's just so special. I think of my father every time I get into the car and when I'm driving it, and those were really lovely times working together on the car.
Yeah, sure, I can imagine.
You've had it for 43 years and you've worked on it yourself. What have you actually done to the car?
Well, I've done pretty much everything. So I went to night school to learn some of the skills to do the things that I wasn't able to do naturally. So I went and learned how to use industrial sewing machines to make a new hood and tonneau cover.
Right.
And I went to learn how to spray and weld. And so basically I've sort of rebuilt the car several times over actually in the 43 years.
Fantastic.
Does it drive then?
It drives? Oh, yes.
It does drive?
Oh yes, it drives,
Okay.
yeah.
I'd love to get this working, and I'll do my best, but I'd like you to bring your car down so that I could sit in it once it's done.
Oh, well, that'd be fantastic. I'll bring the car down, we'll go for a ride in it.
Oh, will you? He's made up now.
Excellent, yeah, make my day.
Brilliant, well, thank you.
Well, thank you for
Thank you,
bringing
Jay.
it in.
Thank you. Well, it's a great pleasure.
Likewise.
Yeah, thank you
Steve.
very much. It's going to be a challenge.
I'm sure you're up to it.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
This car is much more than a car to me. It's really an emotional sort of a link with my father. I've owned it for 43 years, so it's been a big chunk of my life. So having the Speedo working will just complete that whole thing for me. It'd be fantastic.
You've done one of these before, haven't you? You've done everything before.
I've done Speedos before, but I'm sort of a bit nervous, although excited.
Why nervous?
Because I don't know whether I've seen this sort of mechanism before. Until I open it up, I don't know what's inside.
And I know why you're excited, because you're going to have a drive in this as well, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Are you?
I'm chuffed to bits. I've got to get it working.
I know you do. Steve, it's all you, mate.
Thank you very much.
OK?
All right.
Enjoy.
Right, I'm just going to put a piece of paper on the dial to protect it while I take the hands off. Good, that came off a lot easier than I thought. I've worked on literally thousands and thousands of clocks, and it's second nature to me repairing them. So when I take something like this apart that I'm quite unfamiliar with, it's far more of a challenge. Okay, so that was a bit of a mistake because all the balls are falling out. There's 20 or 30 small ball bearings that actually make it all work nice and smoothly. So I'm just going to pop the balls out of that so I don't lose any of them. Right, now I need to suss out this device. I can see there's lots and lots of brass swarf down here, which means that something has been wearing really, really badly. And looking at this, I think this is absolutely fine, this part. I can't see anything that is out of place or not working. So I'm sure it's to do with this. And if I can work out what I've got to do to repair it, once I've done that, I'm sure I can put it back together and get it working. Fingers crossed.
On the other side of the barn, having removed the debris from a previous restoration,
Oh, there we are.
Will can now focus on repairing the broken legs on the ornate carved stool.
So even though that I've managed to get the nail out, you can see how much glue and filler is on the inside. This is all flaking and actually quite loose. So me putting new glue in there and clamping it up, it's just going to break again. What I'm going to do is almost sandwich new pieces of wood, then I can then carve back in the shape, carve it back in the detail, and that will give it the strength that it needs. The new wood against the old wood, a really nice clean bond, and we'll have it back on its three legs.
But first, he must remove the jagged material from the broken edges in order to achieve a tight, gluing surface.
Well, that was really tricky. They now match up smooth enough that I can actually put that new piece of wood on there and they line up. So I'm now going to get some glue on the inside of there, clamp it up. As soon as that's dried, I can then take off the excess wood and start carving back in that detail. The leg is straight, which is what I need. The new piece of walnut has made contact with the whole of that leg surface. So once that dries, it should ensure a really nice, strong hold. I'm going to leave that to dry now. Well, these legs now feel nice and steady, and I really don't want this to break again. It needs to stand the test of time. Well, it needs to stand, that's for sure. And in order to do that, it would have originally had some kind of plinth brace connecting the three legs to give it extra stability. And I think I might put that on now before I start carving into this chunky new walnut that I put on the sides, because it will help absorb some of the impact from the chiselling and give me a bit of extra support. Lovely. Now that the stool has dried to the plinth, it feels strong enough for me to start carving back in that detail. I'm just using a pencil now to mark out all the recesses, just so when I start taking off a lot of that excess wood, I don't take off too much. I think I need to stop there. I love carving so much. It's really easy to overcarve and then end up with less of a leg, more of a toothpick. So that is perfect.
Yeah, one day.
Outside the barn, Dom and willow weaver Sarah Hatton are awaiting the next arrival.
Oh yeah. Good morning. Hi, I'm Dom.
Hey, Adam.
Adam, nice to see you.
I'm Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. Lovely to meet you. My wife, Sylvia.
Hello.
Adam Gallucci and his wife Sylvia are calling upon Sarah's skills to repair an heirloom that has been at the heart of the Gallucci family for generations.
I've got to start with what is it?
Well, it's a wicker, baby's crib. This dates from mid-1930s and was actually purchased by my grandparents when my grandmother fell pregnant with her first child.
Wow, nice.
So, and it's been in the family ever since. It starts with my eldest aunt in 1938. So it's had 11 family members in, including my mother, including me, yeah.
Really? You've been in here?
I've been in here.
Really?
My brother, my sister.
Wow.
That's
That's
most
impressive.
of the family then.
Most of the family have actually been in here, yeah.
Brilliant.
But then it's been in storage for 30-odd years or so, just because it sort of fell into disrepair. There's pieces that have snapped, there's pieces that are just a bit sharp, and I think it was decided by the family just to kind of lock it away.
So is the red ribbon, is this decorative?
When we actually got it out, we were trying to work out how badly damaged it actually is, and we're not experts ourselves.
Yeah.
But what we did, we just took a big length of red wool and just tied around some parts that we thought were quite obviously broken.
Oh, I
so
see.
just sort of to highlight some of the damage.
I see.
That's a lot of wool.
There's a lot of wool, it's quite a lot of damage, I'm afraid. But yeah, we've been on quite a journey ourselves. So Sylvia and I have been trying for a baby for 5 years or so.
Over 5 years. Yes, it was a very long and torturous journey, and it took us years to get where we are. So
Yeah. So
Where are you?
we are 6 months pregnant.
Lovely.
yeah, we've actually been through quite a lot with the IVF procedures, and we've had 7 rounds in 5 years.
Long
so
journey.
lots of ups and downs, but lots of family support has really helped us get through it. And when we got the news, it was the first thing that the family did was say, "Got to get the crib out.
Really? Yeah.
Got to get the crib out. What a wonderful thing. Get that
You all
dusted
went
off."
back and sorted that straight away as well.
Absolutely,
We
it's
did,
such an important part of the family history. And
it's not
the
just a
perfect
crib,
time.
it's much more. It's got such a symbolic meaning, knowing that 11 members of our family slept, well, babies, but members of our family slept in that cot.
To think that your precious bundle's going to be in there is making me quite nervous.
All these little holes, is this woodwork?
It is woodworm.
It
yes.
is? Oh,
yeah, and
blimey.
for a basket maker, that's a little bit scary.
Yeah, I bet.
You can see why you'd be worried about putting your new baby in there if it's got all these holes in it.
Yeah. Oh, I think all I can say is leave it with us. We'll do the best we can, and we'll be in touch soon. It's so nice to meet you both.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.
See you.
Oh, Sarah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop touching it.
When we found out our amazing news and it was decided to get the crib out again, everyone was so super excited. It brought back a massive flood of memories.
This crib brings a very special meaning. It brings the history, brings the past, brings all of the traditions that are super important to our family.
This, to me, not knowing what I'm looking at here, this looks terrifying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's quite a few broken bits and also huge parts that are missing.
Yeah.
Some of these struts, they're broken. Some of the borders broken as well.
Right, what's the first job?
We have got a little bit of woodworm. It's been in an attic for 30 years, so it does need a good clean.
Really good
first
scrub.
of all.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to start with the base.
That makes sense.
And then pick out each bit and then work my way up the sides. I'll have to cut quite a few bits out of the
To replace
the
them.
basket to replace them.
It's going to be a bit scary.
Absolutely.
In order for Sarah to weave her magic, the crib has to be sent off and treated for woodworm. Now she can prepare her materials.
This is the buff willow that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to soak it in water to make the willow more pliable. So I'm hoping it's going to fit. So I'll come back in about an hour and see that that's soaked. Oh, I thought I had it. Get in there, you big... Oh. Tom, can you come and help me with this lid, please?
Yeah, no problem at all.
So if you can get the fastener for the lid.
Right, what should I do? If I hold it down?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, mind your
That's
fingers.
it. Yeah.
Sure.
Fingers are out the way.
You sure?
Yeah. Lovely. Brilliant.
Trapped it.
Back inside the barn, Steve's off the starting grid with his repair of the Lagonda speedometer.
Managed to work out exactly how this works. This rotor or governor is connected to the wheels of the car, so the faster the car goes, the faster this spins. The faster it spins, the more this goes that way like that through centrifugal force, and that will actually turn the hand on the speedometer. I've identified what the problem is. There should be a brass flange around this little piece here that holds this unit in place, and that's completely worn off, so this obviously couldn't work. So I need to get this unit out, and then I can weld another flange to it. So I found a brass washer the right thickness. It's a very, very tight fit to this unit, so I need to press it on. And I'm actually going to press it on with one of my clock bushing tools, and this will actually press it on nice and true. So it's simple as that. That's brilliant. So I just need to hard solder it on now, and once I've done that, it should be good to go. That's fantastic. That's run through the joint beautifully. That's great. So the hard solder has run right down into the joint, and once that's cooled down, I'll just clean it up, and then I'm going to put it all back together again, and fingers crossed it's all going to work.
Before Steve can put the speedometer back together, he must meticulously fit each individual ball bearing back into the rotor.
These ball bearings give it a really smooth action, and without them it'd be quite rough, and there'd be a lot of friction as well. So hopefully, if it all works right, the needle will go up nice and smooth as well. I'm terrified that one of them is going to ping out of the tweezers. Right, all the ball bearings are nicely in place. Just need to screw the movement together. Good, that's a real relief that I've got that done. I just pop the hand on, just lightly, and let's just test it. I've got a drill that I'm going to use and see if the hand actually turns. Fantastic. That's working an absolute treat. The faster I turn the drill, the more the hand actually goes round. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I am so, so happy.
Wood restoration expert Will is also nearing the finish line on his repair, the ornate carved wooden stool.
I really want my new pieces of wood and the join to be seamless. So when Mary sees this, again, the colour looks uniform along with the top, and she's really surprised that it looks like the chair was never broken in the beginning.
Once his new carved sections are precisely colour matched to blend in with the original walnut, he adds a protective wax and polish and reintroduces the seat back to the base.
Amazing.
It's a far cry from how the stool arrived at the repair shop, with one broken leg, a broken foot, a missing plinth, and its surface dulled. Owner Mary is back to collect the cherished item, the only memento she has of her friend and mentor, Hannah.
I've come to collect my beautiful shell stool, and I'm quite anxious. It reminds me of Anna Cutner, who I called my foster mother.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine, Jay. Hi, Will. You can see I'm on my own today.
See?
Yes.
Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
You look almost as nervous as Will does. Are you ready to see this? You ready?
Ready? Be careful, Jay.
Okay, I'll be careful.
Oh, my God. Oh. What? Oh, my God.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, it's so... Oh, God, it's... Oh, my God. Oh, gee. Oh, it's... Oh, you've put it back to what it originally was. Oh, my God. It's beautiful.
Okay. Come on, let me give you a hug, girl.
Oh,
He's done good, hasn't he? Hey?
you've gone beyond. I would give you...
So, Hannah, what was she think of this?
She said, Mary, you've done me proud.
So I've lost half my nerves, but I think the other half, I would actually like you to sit on this.
Is that all right?
I've got it, I've got it.
Sit on it. Oh, right. Oh, God.
There we are. Good.
Oh, my goodness.
How's that feel?
My backside goes into it. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Oh,
You're happy?
I'm happy.
Then I'm happy.
I'm happy. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. Wow. You know what, darling?
Yeah.
You're a bright, blooming star.
Thank you, Thanks. Jay, you should get that on a T-shirt for me.
Yeah?
Bagging our
Thank
coat
you.
just one last time.
Thank you.
Don't mind. Ciao.
Okay, come on then. Come on, let's get you out of there.
I've got heart palpitations. I know if Hannah was alive today, she'll be so pleased. I've got Anna back. Thank you.
The stool may be returned to its owner, but work on the wicker crib is just getting started. It's been treated and free from woodworm, so Sarah can start removing the decades of dirt from the canes.
Because you have to clean every single nook and cranny, so you start getting a feel for the pattern that the basket maker had used. Oh, the water's looking pretty horrible. But then it has been in an attic for 30 years, so that's to be expected. Baskets are woven to be used, so I think that's enough. And you can see by the colour of the water that there was quite a lot of dirt that came out of it. I'm going to take this back to the bench now.
With the crib now free of drying, Sarah can begin reweaving, first strengthening the canes on the crib base that were weakened by woodworm.
I think it starts over here.
It's looking better already.
No, it's not.
It's cleaner.
Oh, it's definitely cleaner. Yes, it's definitely cleaner. There's a long way to go yet. I want to start patching from the inside to the outside, so I can see that this is the first one that I'm going to replace. I am going to cut the pieces out now, so this is always a bit of a nerve-wracking moment. There we are.
After removing the old broken canes, Sarah carefully weaves in the new supple willow, working her way around the base.
I want to make this base as strong as I possibly can, so I'm just going to strengthen it up now with some willow skeins and tie these bottom pieces together so it makes this basket lovely and sturdy for the next 100 years.
To make the skeins, which are wafer-thin strips of willow, Sarah has an arsenal of specialised weaving tools at her disposal.
So I'm going to make a horizontal cut and then take a willow cleave.
Used for centuries in basket making, a willow cleave has a three-pronged metal tip.
And you can see that it's splitting into three along the cleave. This makes the willow thinner. That also means it's going to dry out quickly. I'm going to cut that off there. So now I'm going to take the skeining tool, so it's just a blade, and I'm going to thread this willow through the skeining tool. And you keep continually doing that until the willow is paper thin, and that's what we call a skein. These skeins will be reinforcing the three base stakes just to make sure that they're nice and strong for when Adam and Sylvia place their new bundle of joy into their basket.
With the skeins in place and the base secure, Sarah starts to weave in the areas missing from the crib side.
So I'm going to start here where there's a long gap of no weaving, and then I'll patch into the existing weaving at the end. It feels like I'm getting somewhere, which is really nice. It matches the end and the original piece as well, so I'm very happy with that.
It's been a new experience for Steve, repairing a 1927 Lagonda speedometer.
So I'm just going to pop the dial on. Put the hand on again at 0. Fantastic. That's all ready now to put into Simon's Lagonda. I can't wait, because I can't wait to have a go in his Lagonda.
The broken speedometer is the final part of a lifelong passion project for engineer Simon that he started with his father over 43 years ago. Now Simon has returned to the repair shop to find out if Steve's restoration has been a success.
The speedometer hasn't actually been working for 30 years. It'd be brilliant if Steve's managed to make it work. It'll just be great to be able to know exactly what speed I am doing.
Oh, what? Fantastic. Right, let's get
Right.
let's get it
It's
in and see if
easiest to
it
get in
works.
this side, yes. Yeah, absolutely. So shall I hold it up as you offer the drive?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah.
It looks great. It's just a bit cleaner, but still in keeping with all the rest of the scruffiness of the car.
It looks great though. I love it when it's all like this.
Well, I like it like this, I must admit.
Well, that was simple. Can we go for a ride?
Let's do it.
Fantastic. Oh, where's the seatbelt?
Well, Steve, in 1927, when this car was built, they didn't fit seatbelts, and it's still not a legal requirement to have them. Ready?
Whoa, yeah. How exciting.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's working. Look.
Fantastic.
I'm so pleased.
I bet not as pleased as I am.
What would your dad think about it working?
My dad was a happy, optimistic sort of person. He'd be just grinning ear to ear.
Oh, fantastic.
Much like we are.
Amazing.
It's fantastic.
Here he comes, Mr. Toad again.
Right, well, there we go then.
Thank you, Steve.
You're
Can't thank
very,
you
very
enough.
welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's such good fun.
Good. Bye. Thanks again. Did it work? Yeah? Oh, well done.
Very happy.
I bet you are. Well done.
Relieved as well.
Well, the Speedo hasn't worked for at least 30 years. So to see it moving and telling the truth, officer, is fantastic. Particularly because it was so important to my father as well. He was always full of encouragement and really enjoyed me working on the car. So I know he'd be over the moon to see the final piece of the jigsaw puzzle, really, the speedometer finally working.
Things are running at a rather more sedate pace in the outdoor workshop. Willow expert Sarah is on the final stages of her repair of the 80-year-old baby's crib. Her last job is replacing the thick wicker rods that form the distinctive diamond pattern sides.
It's very tight, but that's actually, though it's difficult for me, it's actually really good for the basket. Because I know that this piece is never ever going to come out again. There we are. Lovely. Whew, I don't think that's going anywhere. That was really hard. Oh, I'm sweating. Wicked. So.
Oh, that looks great. Good job.
That was hard, that was. And it's back to how it would have looked in 1937, ready to give back to Adam and Sylvia. And I'm going to have a little lie down now because that was really hard work.
With the birth of their child only 3 months away, Adam and Sylvia have returned to see if their newborn will be the 12th family baby to sleep in the crib.
We hope that Sarah's managed to get the crib back up to a good state that we can actually use it for our child. It's already 80 years old, a very important part of our family history.
I'm Absolutely excited, and I'm so looking forward to seeing the crib.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
Hello again, guys.
nice to
Hiya.
see you again.
Good to see you again. You okay?
Yes,
Yeah,
very
really
good.
good.
Thanks.
Good to be
Very
here.
good.
Good. You excited?
Really excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
You excited?
Oh, I'm excited, yeah. See what you think. What do you remember of the basket that it looked like when you dropped it off?
Oh, it was broken and brittle and very wonky.
It wasn't in a safe state to put the baby in.
So yeah, very much looking forward to seeing what you've done.
Should we show it?
Oh, go on then.
Go on. You can do the honours.
What have we got?
Ready?
Wow, look at that. That's unrecognisable. Got all down here, the bottom piece, that's all been fixed. Oh, you've done such a brilliant job. Thank you so much. And it looks exactly how I'd hoped.
So do you think it's ready for new baby?
Absolutely.
It's definitely
Absolutely.
ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when Bump's here in 3 months' time, this will be where it's sleeping. So thank you so much.
We are so grateful.
Oh,
You are
bless.
amazing.
Thanks for
Good.
having us.
Hey, no, it's lovely to meet you.
The crib looks absolutely amazing.
It's unbelievable. It's ready for
Hopefully.
our baby and hopefully for the next generation.
Absolutely.
So our
Yeah.
daughters' children and the next generation, hopefully. The crib has got such a symbolic meaning, which is so important to us.
Yeah. We couldn't have wished for a better result. Yeah, she's
I think,
absolutely
yeah.
worked wonders.
Yeah.